The sun is shining brightly, the sky is shocking blue, the grass is vivid green, and high school football is back on KCCB Channel 8. Some things are just perfect. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Mike Gabriel Stadium on the campus of Holy Family High School for today's game between the visiting Sailors from Steamboat Springs and the Holy Family Tigers. I'm Bill Rogan, along with a guy who's covered high school football for a long time, Brett Davis. Thank you for tuning in. And Brett, this is an interesting situation. Steamboat Springs has already played a game. This is Holy Family's first game. Big advantage for the Sailors?
Well, they were able to work out some kinks last week. The little things you don't really think about. Substitutions, special teams. They were able to see what they have after turning over a lot of personnel from last year. So they have that under them. Coach Clemenson told us before the game that teams usually see the most improvement from game 1 to game 2. So it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back from their loss last week to Olathe.
And you mentioned Lon Clemenson, the first-year head coach for Steamboat Springs. He was the defensive coordinator for 6 years. He played here, so he's familiar with the program. But the big change for Steamboat Springs, a brand-new quarterback in Christian Ramirez.
Yes, they lose a guy, Austin Hinder, from last year. He's now at the University of California, Berkeley, a guy that can make all the throws, as the pro personnel guys say. So Coach Clemenson in his first year absolutely has to change the offense to adjust to his personnel. More of a running attack from when they've been a passing attack in the past.
As far as Holy Family is concerned, a decade of dominance at the 2A level, a couple of state championships mixed in, but head coach Mike Gabriel is taking his team to the 3A level. What does that mean for the Tigers?
Well, they're moving up and they're playing better competition. They were at a level last year where they were in a division with programs that didn't have JV teams and freshman teams, and they would really, it was more of a 3-game season for them. Now they'll have competition week in, week out, and so again, it'll be interesting to see how they handle that transition.
A year ago, Steamboat Springs defeated Holy Family by 20 points at Steamboat Springs. The Tigers hope to turn that around today. Absolutely.
Revenge, when you have that as a motivation factor, is always good. And they're human. These guys know. They were up there last year. They remember it. They remember losing by 20 points. And Coach Gabriel said, and it's no secret what they want to do, they want to own the line of scrimmage. So it'll be interesting to see if they can come out and do that.
As you might tell, I am melting here in the sun. Brett looks pretty cool, but I am hot as can be. Will the weather be a factor? Temperatures in the 90s.
It'll be interesting. We have to see. Cramping may come into play if these guys have been hydrating themselves all week, so that'll be something to watch out for as well.
Have you been drinking your fluids?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening kickoff. It's Steamboat Springs versus Holy Family. And it's a beautiful day for high school football in Colorado as Steamboat Springs has won the toss and they have deferred, so they will kick off to Holy Family. Steamboat Springs in the home white uniforms with the navy blue helmets, and Holy Family in the familiar gold helmets, purple uniforms with white trim. Bill Rogan along with Brett Davis. And Brett, a chance for Holy Family to start on offense.
Absolutely. They'll be defending the south end zone over here, so they're moving from right to left. But yeah, starting out on offense, first drive of the season. Let's see what they can do.
Kevin Gower will kick off for Steamboat Springs. And deep for Holy Family will be Jacob Balthazar and Tommy Erb. Also deep for the Tigers will be Jared De Herrera. So Gower will set it up at the 40-yard line. Good crowd on hand here at Holy Family, as always. Our officials today, the referee is Rick Rouse. The umpire will be Ryan West. The head linesman, Steve Hall. The line judge, John Andrews. And the back judge, Sal Marini.
As we said earlier, Steamboat playing last week in a Week 0 matchup, losing to Olathe 36-0. So we'll see what they can do as well, improving from that Week 1 loss.
And that's Brett Davis. You may be familiar with Ryan Cloberdans, who did the games with me for the past 3 seasons. Ryan is now a resident of Wisconsin. He and his family moved out to Wisconsin, so Ryan couldn't do the games, and we're very pleased that Brett Davis, who I work with on a radio program on Sunday nights, is the new color commentator. And Brett, you have reached the pinnacle of your broadcasting career.
It is very good to be here. Nothing better than watching a football game and talking about it, right?
and getting paid for it.
Absolutely.
And we have the typical crew back, led by Victor Seif, our stat man, Don Pablo Apodaca. I'm not sure what the delay is here, but right now Mike Gabriel, the head coach of Holy Family, talking to the official, Rick Rouse. We mentioned briefly in the opening, Lon Clemenson is the head coach of Steamboat Springs. His first year as the head man, but Brett, he knows this program inside and out.
Yeah, it's been the defensive coordinator there for the last 6 years, played at Steamboat Springs when he was in high school. So yeah, knows it very well. He was on the staff that was the state runner-up last year. So he's definitely been around the block.
Last year, Holy Family was 9-3, and Steamboat Springs was 13-1. They won 13 in a row before losing in the state championship game. That has to be very frustrating, but good season nonetheless. Previous head coach, Aaron Finch, and how good was Steamboat Springs under him? 6 years, they were 52-18 with 5 playoff appearances. So here we go. Gower to kick off. And we are underway. Goes to an up man at the 22-yard line. And he gets it out near the 40. Mark it at the 38-yard line. And on the return, that was Connor Clay. So the offense will take over for Holy Family. They are led by quarterback Zach Langfeld. The fullback is Anthony Puglisi. The tailback is Connor Clay. The wide receivers, Nate Golter and Tommy Erb. Up front, the center is Walker Preeb. The guards, Wesley Aragon and Matthew Miller. The tackles, Jake Matthews and James Barry. And here's the give. Goes to Connor Clay. Picks up a few yards before he is stacked up. Oliver Smith is starting at left tackle for Holy Family. So put Oliver Smith at left tackle. The defense for Steamboat Springs, the defensive ends, Dummett and Anderson. The nose tackle is Andres. The linebackers, Savory, Sloan, Allen, Burrow, and Yost. The corners, Hornstein and Gower. The safeties, Charles Wood, perhaps the best athlete for the Sailors. 2nd down and 7 for Holy Family. And once again, the give goes to Clay. Clay gets first down yardage just across the 50-yard line as he is brought down by Tanner Anderson.
Running behind that left side over there. And it's no secret what Mike Gabriel wants to do. His MO, controlling the line of scrimmage. And you see him run behind that strong left side over here.
Actually, that tackle was made by Charles Wood. Ball is resting right on the 50-yard line, dead center of the field. Wind is blowing left to right, so Holy Family going into this wind in the first quarter. Opening minute of play, no score. Langfield looks to throw. He's in trouble, and he goes down. Good pressure by the Sailors. Leading the charge up front was Ben Custer and Tucker Allen as well.
Yeah, that 3-5 defense, you don't see a lot of in high school football of just 3 down linemen. They've got a lot of 5 linebackers standing up, moving around back there. So tough blocking assignments for that offensive line.
Sailors call this defense 30 stack, but basically is a 3-5-3. 2nd down and 14 following the sack. Zach Langfield, a senior, 6 feet tall, 175 pounds. And that draw play to Connor Clay goes nowhere. May have lost a yard. And Brent, we are looking at a fired-up Sailors defense.
Absolutely. This is a team the defense that gave up 36 points last week, want to come out and prove something this week.
So now a 3rd down and 15. Holy Family going the wrong direction right now. They picked up a 1st down, but now they are facing a 3rd and 15. Ball at their own 45-yard line. Stanley Watson split to the far side. Tommy Erb to the near side. Langfield over the middle. Incomplete. Nearly intercepted. On the coverage was John Burrow. Nearly had himself a pick. So a good defensive stand after the initial 1st down. And the Sailors will get the football as Holy Family will punt it away.
And that's what Steamboat needed. Come out, get a little confidence boost, have the defense come out and make a stop for him.
Connor Clay will do the punting. And deep is Charles Wood. Charles Wood's brother plays for CU. Pretty good punt. Fair catch called by Wood at the 26-yard line, and that's where Steamboat Springs will take over. 1st and 10, and we'll take a look at the Steamboat Springs offense. The quarterback is Christian Ramirez. The running back is Marty Morante. The slot receivers, John Burrow and Charles Wood. The wideouts, Kevin Gower and Randall Nelson. Up front, the center is Tanner Anderson. The guards, Tucker Allen and Rusty Andres. The tackles, Drew Dummett and Jake Manning. They do not use a tight end. So Ramirez under center. Handoff to the fullback, the running back, that's Marty Morante, and he goes nowhere. Swallowed up by the defensive line of Holy Family. And the defense for the Holy Family Tigers, they were the 5-2. Nico Elliott is the nose guard. The tackles, Patrick O'Connor and Matthew McLean. The ends, Jake Matthews and Kyle Spengler. The linebackers, Morgan Dorr, he's a good one, and Sam Quinn. The corners, Tommy Erb and Jake Balthazar. And the safeties, Scout Cox and Nate Golter. 2nd down, 11, loss of 1 in the play. Here's a pitch to Wood. Wood breaks a tackle. 1st down and more before he's ridden out of bounds by Cox into Holy Family territory. And a nice pickup there, Brett, for the Sailors.
Yeah, Steamboat needs to come out and get 1st downs. They only converted 1 1st down last week. So they need to, moving the ball forward and getting these 1st downs. Coach Clements had told us that they want these slow, methodical drives like that.
They're going to spot it right on the 50-yard line. So 1st and 10. Coming to the near side is Kevin Gower. Single coverage on the outside. And here's the give to John Burrow. Burrow gets a couple before he's tackled by Nico Elliott, the nose man. Positive yardage. Call it 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, and you see 4 wide receivers for Steamboat, and you automatically think, well, they're probably going to throw the ball around, but not at all. These slot receivers that they have out there are very active in the running game, and this is make no doubt about it, this is a running football team.
Randall Nelson splits to the near side. Burrow to the far side. Ramirez hands to the running back, Maury Morante, and Morante loses yardage. In the middle there was Jake Matthews collapsing from his defensive end position. Now 3rd and long for the Sailors, something they were not good at last week, Brett.
No, they weren't. And this is something they need to do this week, is on 1st and 2nd down, getting those positive yards to put themselves in a good position on 3rd down. As we said, they don't really have much of a passing game, so they need to be in 3rd and 5 in less situations.
2 wideouts, 2 slot men. Ramirez, first pass is complete to Burrow. Burrow can't break the tackle of Cox. Helped out by Morgan Dorr, and he is short of a 1st down. Right. Scout Cox would not let go of that ankle.
Absolutely not. And right as I say, not much of a passing game. He goes out and completes a pass.
Now here's a situation, 4th and about 2. Looks like they're going to go for it, Brett. Do you like it?
Yeah, they've got the wind at their back, so Holy Family will have to, if they do turn it over on downs right here, Holy Family will have to go into the wind. Yeah.
So with 6 minutes and 11 seconds remaining, no score in the 1st quarter. First big play of the half. Ramirez, the pitch. Morante trying to turn the corner. He's belted out of bounds. It will be close. I'm not sure.
Looks on the far side. It does not look like they got it. The side judge on the far side. Looks like they're spotting it short of the 40s, so this should go over to Holy Family.
Well, let's take another look at this one from the field level camera.
Yeah, he gets the pitch on the outside. They had used the dive play on the inside to try to set up this play to the outside. They did not get it. He's trying to beat the man out to the outside and was not able to do it.
Excellent pursuit. Nate Golter made the initial hit, and Jacob Balthazar finished him off, drilling him out of bounds. So Holy Family takes over on downs, 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. Langfield, the quarterback. Erb split to the far side. And here's the handoff, and going nowhere is Puglisi. He loses yardage once again. That'll bring up a 2nd down and long.
Yeah, and the Steamboat defense is flying around right now. They look very, very excited out there. And like I said earlier, the 3-5 defense, you're only looking at 3 down linemen. These linebackers are just, you don't know where they are. That you don't know what gap they're going to shoot. Very tough blocking assignments going against that.
2nd down and 11. Erb to the far side. Jordan Weaver in a slot right. And the handoff goes to Clay. He gets a few yards before he is tackled on the play by Steamboat Springs linebacker Tucker Allen.
And I talked about it when Steamboat had the ball too, but same goes for Holy Family. You want to put yourself, they're facing a 3rd and long right here, but on those 1st and 2nd down plays, it's crucial to get that positive yardage to put yourself in a manageable 3rd down situation.
Langfield looking over the defense. Steamboat faking a blitz, and here they come. Langfield with time, downfield, incomplete, intended for Golter. He couldn't hang on, but good defensive coverage by Charles Wood. And Coach Clemenson talks about Wood being his best athlete. Perfect example right there.
Yeah, closing in on a what looked like an open receiver. Very good play call there by Holy Family, rolling Langfield out to his strong throwing side. And he had him too. Golter was there, but as you said, Wood, with that closing speed, was able to put the hit on him and have him drop the ball.
And here's a fake. Pass is complete. 1st down, Holy Family. Cox on the reception as Connor Clay from his punting position. And we talked to head coach Mike Gabriel before the game, and we said, you have any tricks up your sleeve? He goes, oh, not this week. You lied to us, coach.
Reaching into the bag of tricks early.
So a big play. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go, 1st quarter, no score. But Holy Family has the ball at the Steamboat 37-yard line. Puglisi the fullback, Clay the tailback. Erb split to the left. And there's some movement. And we're going to have a procedure penalty on Holy Family. So that will push him back 5 yards. As our official Rick Rouse makes the call.
Connor Clay, a jack of all trades, doing the kicking, the running back, completing a pass. He does it all.
Triple threat.
Absolutely. Receiving, he caught the opening kickoff.
So 1st and 15 at the 42-yard line. Here goes Clay off right tackle. He breaks it. It's a foot race. And Connor Clay scores. A 42-yard gallop, and Holy Family up by 6.
Yes, going around the right side there, a huge hole. You could drive a Greyhound bus through that hole they opened up on the right side over there, and Clay just wins that foot race, as you said, to the end zone.
And that's a devastating setback for Steamboat Springs because the defense was playing so well. And then Clay makes him pay. Gavin Geist will attempt the extra point. Scott Cox will hold. And the snapper is Matthew Miller. Good snap. Hold is down. The kick is no good. He pushed it to the right.
It looked like they didn't get the laces turned around on that hold right there. You always see the holders, when they get that, they'll spin the ball around to where the laces are pointed out.
Shades of Ace Ventura there. So here's the touchdown run by Connor Clay.
Yeah, huge hole over on the right side. Gets into the defensive secondary, and nobody was going to catch him. As it's a loud explosion goes on down in the south end zone, celebrating the touchdown.
But good blocking on the right side by Matthew Miller and James Barry. And they have a cannon that goes off now. They never used to have that here at Holy Family.
No.
And my recommendation would be to make it a one-time event. Ben Peterson, the athletic director, is here. I'm blaming him. Ben used to play here, played basketball as well.
You showed a pretty good vertical leap when we were doing the pregame when they shot it off.
Scared the heck out of me.
40 inches, I think you had there.
At least they're shooting out blanks. At least I think so. So here we go, the ensuing kickoff. Geis will kick deep. Wood is waiting for the kick for the Sailors. End over end kick. Wood comes up and fields it at the 16. Weaving his way through traffic, a flag flies as the tackle is made. On the stop was Jared De Herrera. And we'll see what the call is.
Usually a holding call in this type of situation.
And there's our official today, Rick Rouse, blocking in the back, so that will push the Sailors inside their own 20. They'll start 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Burrow goes to the far side, Nelson to the near side, 2 slot receivers with Morante in the backfield. Ramirez, the quarterback. Ramirez in trouble, and he gets taken down. Morgan Dorr in there on the play.
And when you pass the ball, you got to protect the quarterback. Right there. Holy Family able to get to Ramirez before he's even able to think about throwing the ball. As you can see right here, Ramirez dropping back. Very wisely using ball security right there deep in his own end.
2nd down and 16.
Oh,
and it's Wood. Wood into the secondary. Good gain out across the 25-yard line before he is finally brought down on the play. Thomas Williams making the tackle for Holy Family, and that'll bring up a very manageable 3rd down.
Absolutely. Very good vision on the part of Wood right there. Cutting it back, seeing a seam in the middle of the field, getting back to that open area, and making the Holy Family defenders make him tackle him in the open field. And yeah, like you said, putting him in a very manageable 3rd down situation.
So 3rd and a long 2, maybe 3. Again, 1 lone running back, and that is Maury Morante. And here's the give around the left side to Evan Hornstein, and Hornstein has himself a 1st down. So the Sailors in business. They get the ball out to their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, just a run around the right end. Hornstein coming from that slot position, as we have seen, coming over in motion and then running a sweep around the right side.
That is their 2nd 1st down of the game.
Yeah, you see that position, slot receiver, and you think that's a pass catching role, but in this offense is very much a running role.
Nelson split far to the outside, and Ramirez fires downfield. It's a wobbly pass, incomplete. Excellent coverage by Scout Cox. The pass was intended for John Burrow, and Steamboat Springs may have gotten away with a hold because I saw a Holy Family Tiger get dragged down.
Yeah, they did, and if they're going to be throwing the ball, they've got to do a better job of protecting Ramirez back there, giving him more time, letting him set up, square his shoulders, and make a good pass downfield.
And again, excellent coverage by the cornerback, Scout Cox. 6 feet tall, 165 on the outside. 2nd and 10, Sailors. Ooh, little miscue. Ramirez in trouble, and he pays the price.
Oh,
and we're going to have a piling on penalty, apparently. Looks like a little late to the party was Sam Quinn, as Marcus Pitaluga was in on that tackle along with the linebacker Dorr. If you like good linebacking play, watch number 17 for Holy Family. He had a great year last year, and now a senior. Can only get better.
And that's a situation right there, just the excitement, maybe the enthusiasm of the first game coming out. You make a good play, they fumble the ball, and you drop them for a 3-4 yard loss. and then you hit them late, and they get a first down out of it. Turned something bad into good for Steamboat there.
Fairness to Quinn, he did try to dive over the pile.
Yeah.
His momentum was such that he really couldn't stop and decided to dive over everybody, but he was late. Minute 25 to go in the first and counting. 6-0 Holy Family here at Mike G. Gabriel Stadium. Mike D. Gabriel is the head coach. His dad is an assistant, and his dad used to be the head coach. Ramirez, little outside pass complete to Morante, and he is driven out of bounds, but a first down pickup for the Sailors. On the coverage for Holy Family was Anthony Pugliese.
I'll say it again. Ramirez, as you can see on this play, they get the pass completion, but he's running for his life back there. You see him, he makes the throw off of his back foot. If he can just get a chance to really set his feet and step into one of these throws.
I'm waiting for a player to trip on the grass.
It is very long.
It is long and it is thick.
It is.
Field, though, is in excellent shape. It is real grass. And here's the pitch to Wood. And Wood can't escape the grasp of Thomas Williams.
It looks like they're having a little trouble with that center to quarterback exchange.
But again, real grass, probably the way it's supposed to be played. Not an artificial turf surface. And Brett, if this was artificial turf, it would be awfully hot down there, more so than it is.
It would. Those fields are made of rubber, and the base of them is the grounded up tires. And on a hot day like this, when you have black material, that tends to get hot.
That was a loss of 7. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. 2nd down and 17 for Steamboat Springs. Ramirez completes the pass to Hornstein, and 3 Tigers rough him up at the 40-yard line. And that will probably do it for the first quarter of play.
Yeah, good ball pursuit right there. They complete the pass out in the flat, but the Holy Family defenders are very quick to get to the open receiver.
Just a 3-yard gain. So that'll do it for the first quarter of play. Our score, Holy Family 6, Steamboat Springs nothing. As you see the final play of the first quarter, we'll be back with second quarter action after this. There's the score, 6-0 Holy Family. First play of the second quarter, Steamboat Springs facing a 3rd and 13 at the Holy Family 39-yard line. The give to Wood, misdirection, but not getting fooled on the play was Kyle Spengler. Spengler, good defensive positioning there, Brett Davis.
Absolutely, great pursuit to the ball by Spengler. Wood trying to get to the outside on that left side right there. Another very, like I said earlier, another unmanageable 3rd down situation for Steamboat. See if they can try to turn the field around right here.
Deep for Holy Family is Golter and Erb.
I think they've
expecting a punt, but right now it doesn't look like the punter is in there for.
Yeah, they had a substitution issue.
It'll be doing the punting, Kevin Gower. He is not the typical punter. But Gower has it blocked. The punt is blocked by Jake Matthews. And Holy Family with a big play. They'll have great field position on their first drive of the second quarter. And Brett, let's take a look at this replay when we get it. How did he get through?
A great block right there. He got one hand on it. Was able a very athletic play by Matthews as he comes around the left side and just beat the shield. The guy on the right side of the shield right there comes around and just gets it with one hand.
He went around Wood, and Steamboat Springs was fortunate that the ball wasn't blocked in front of Matthews where he could have scooped it up and run.
And I'm not so sure Wood was even supposed to be out there. He ran in right before they ran the play.
Langfield pumps, throws incomplete, intended for Erb. Hornstein on the coverage, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. So Mike Gabriel trying to get a big play after the blocked punt.
Trying to use that momentum.
And there you see the Tiger on the sidelines, the mascot. That's Jeannie Cayley, who is a freshman here at Holy Family. Max the Tiger.
They call her
you know
Thumper.
You know what they call Jeannie? Yeah,
they call
Thumper. They used to call Ted Williams the thumper, too. Different sport, different era. 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers. Roll out, Langfield incomplete to Pugliese. Pugliese could not hang on. Coverage provided by Michael Yost of Steamboat Springs.
Jeannie was in a very upbeat mood despite having to wear a Tiger outfit in 90-degree weather. Much more upbeat than Ted Williams would have been.
By the way, Brett, it's always a blast to wear headsets in 90-degree weather.
It is.
I don't know about you, but my ears are melting. Langfield is 0 for 4. 3 drop passes by Holy Family. So they have not helped out their senior quarterback. 3rd and 10. Looks like an audible now by Langfield. 3-step drop. Pass is complete. 1st down, Holy Family. And staying on his feet is Nate Golter. Good heavens, what an effort by the senior, Nate Golter. And that's a 1st down for Holy Family.
Yeah, and that shows what kind of good arm that Langfield has. Despite the ball being tipped, it still makes it to its destination. And then Golter, good presence of mind to know that he never hit the ground and to keep moving.
That was an 18-yard pickup. Jeff Sloan was providing pressure for Steamboat Springs, and Langfield able to get the ball to Golter. 1st and 10. Ball at the 34-yard line, and flags fly.
Ball started on the tight end. It'll be Munoz that moved early, I believe.
So that will set Holy Family back. That is their 3rd penalty of the day for 25 yards.
Go back to that completion. All around good sequence there for Langfield. He made the audible. He throws a pass that gets deflected, still makes it there. Go back and tell Coach Gabriel, hey, I can call the plays here.
Every quarterback, I think, wants to call his own plays. They did in the old days. Double tight ends, Kyle Munoz on the right side. Garrett West, the junior, is on the left side. Double wide receivers. Quick hitter to Munoz, complete. Or actually incomplete. He had it for a moment, but it was dislodged as he came down. Wood on the coverage. That'll bring up a 2nd down.
Yeah, just trying a hot route to the tight end right there. A quick hitter. Again, that when you push yourself back, you get these penalties like that. It changes the way you call the plays when you're facing 15 yards to go for a 1st down as opposed to 10.
I will ask you a question in a second here, Brett. I'll do it now. Ryan Kloberdanz and I, when we did games at Holy Family, we always wondered if the body of water in the background was a pond or a lake. And after this play, you can give your assessment.
All right.
2nd down and 15. Langfield pumps, throws deep, looking for Erb, just past his grasp. Hornstein again providing tight coverage. That'll bring up a 3rd and 15 for the Tigers.
Here's what I'll say. It's a pond. And here's why. I can see the entire shoreline. If you're at a lake, you know, it may go around a bend and you can't see the entire thing. If I can see the entire body of water in front of me, that's a pond.
Okay, Ryan never brought that kind of analysis to the broadcasts. By the way, these games are replayed here on KCCB Channel 8, and they also get put up on YouTube. And Ryan Kloberdanz, our former color partner, he will be watching this game sometime soon on YouTube. Just want to put a little pressure on you there, Brett. Penalty.
Like they moved early again.
And again, Holy Family a little bit out of sync on this series.
Yeah, it looks like the left tackle, Jake Matthews, got an early start. But yeah, early season jitters, working some things out. Talking with Steamboat before the game, you know, that's what they had said. Coach Clemenson said the little things that fans normally don't think about. It's not so much the play calling or the execution of the plays in your first game. It's things like, are you supposed to be on the field for the punt team or the kickoff team? Getting the snap cadence down.
The little things.
The little things. It's the little things that kill, Bill.
3rd down and 20 for the Tigers. Ball is at the Steamboat 44-yard line. Holy Family has the wind at their back. Langfield bumps into his fullback, Pugliese. Now throws it over the head of Pugliese. That play was doomed from the start. That'll bring up a 4th down. And there's the schedule. Legacy at Broomfield next Saturday night. That place is going to be packed. Elizabeth Kennedy Stadium. And look at that last game. Devlin and Holy Family. D'Evelyn last night defeated Connor for 48-17, and junior quarterback Caleb Flack, 6 touchdown passes for the Jaguars. So again, we're looking way ahead, but that should be an outstanding game later in the year here on Channel 8. Punt is angled, and it goes into the end zone. So Connor Clay was aiming for the coffin corner and just missed it.
Very nice looking punt, though. Good spiral by Clay, aiming at the pylon over here, trying to get it to go out of bounds, trying to pin Steamboat down deep in their own end.
And do you think there maybe the wind was a negative for Holy Family on that 43-yard punt? So the offense for the Sailors will take over. And again, you can see this particular game, or all our games, broadcast Tuesdays at 10 a.m., Wednesday matinees at 2, Thursday night in prime time, 8 o'clock, and Saturdays at 6. I always suggest to fans, come to the game in person and then watch it 4 times during the week. Coaches watch these games multiple times, game films. Here's a loss on the play, as getting in there for the Holy Family Tigers and disrupting things again was Kyle Spengler.
The coaches, though, they watch them in dark rooms and their hair turns gray and it falls out while they're watching it.
And they watch it with the other coaches, and if your unit breaks down, the head coach is going to let you know.
Absolutely.
And then that coach lets his players know at practice.
It rolls downhill, as they say.
2nd down, 11 for the Sailors. Christian Ramirez, the QB. Handoff to Wood. Wood trying to get out of trouble, but he is gang tackled. Again, Spengler there on the tackle. Also Sam Quinn. And coming up from a corner spot, Thomas Williams.
Yeah, and it's assignment football, Holy Family, when you're playing an offense like this. Assignment football, that you know that they're going to have those fullback dives going forward, and they're doing that to set up the plays to get to the edge. You stay home. You stay home, you figure out where the ball's going, and then you run to the football.
Charles Wood, 6 carries for 31 yards thus far. 3rd down and 8. Ramirez keeps. Ramirez goes down hard. Leading the defensive charge was Sam Quinn. So give Quinn the sack and a punting situation. And if all goes according to plan, Brett, Tigers should have pretty good field position as you have Golter and Erb waiting on the 45-yard line of Steamboat Springs.
Yeah, and again, when Steamboat gets in those predictable passing situations, they're just not giving Ramirez any time at all to look downfield.
Kevin Gower will punt. Line drive kick to Erb. He's got some room at the 49. Erb avoids one man. Inside the 35 before he is wrestled out of bounds by Hornstein. And great field position for Holy Family, and the crowd lets the special teams know. And we'll see this replay here, Brett.
Yeah, he has all kinds of room to catch the football. He only has to get around one guy as he initially catches it. He's able to beat him to the edge. And Hornstein was able to use that sideline as another defender. But it is a game of field position. You put yourself in good positions like this, makes it all the easier.
That was a 39-yard punt with a 22-yard return. And here's the handoff to the tailback for the Tigers, Jared D. Herrera, and the sophomore surges forward before he is tackled on the play by Christian Ramirez.
Both teams look like they're having a little issue with that center to quarterback exchange.
Why would that be?
Again, I mean, it's first game jitters. It's something to work out.
But that is something that drives coaches crazy, a missed snap, a muff on the snap. The center is Walker Preeb. And Langfield is the QB. Here's Pugliese. He gets to the 20-yard line before he is wrapped up and taken down by Michael Savary, the outside linebacker. That'll bring up a 3rd and short. 3rd and less than a yard for the Tigers. And they're in field goal range already, but this probably, Brett, 2-down territory.
2-down territory. Maybe take a shot at the end zone right here if that's the case.
And Langfield getting the plays as coming into the lineup is Stanley Watson, also Connor Clay. Who's the most famous athlete named Clay?
That would be Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
Muhammad Ali.
That would be Cassius Clay way back when. Up the middle, Pugliese has the first down. And the tackle for Steamboat Springs, Jake Manning.
Maybe that's why I'm not an offensive coordinator, Bill.
Hey, it's a first down. 6:21 to go and counting here at Holy Family High School. 6-0 Holy Family. The last time we were here a year ago, and Don Apodaca, our stat man, remembers it well, as does the entire crew, there was snow all around the field, snowbanks. There was a big snowstorm 2 days before the Faith Christian game. Temperatures were in the teens.
Ooh.
Pass complete to Tommy Erb. No, incomplete. And we have a flag on the play.
Very late flag coming in.
But that game against Faith Christian won it. It was a great high school football game on a very cold Friday night. As here's the pass.
Yeah, very nice quick drop, slant pattern over there. Very nice throw ink. It looks like he dropped it, but good execution there by Holy Family.
And that was a good call by the official. Well, now we'll see what the penalty is. The man in the white hat. Defensive holding. That'll be an automatic first down and move the ball closer. But getting back to last year, it was so cold, so windy. The conditions were terrible, and Faith Christian and Holy Family played a classic game. Now you contrast it to this. Bright sunny skies, temperatures in the 90s. Very bizarre.
Absolutely.
We were here a couple of years ago where there was a lightning delay for about 50 minutes.
That's always fun.
Got a little packed in the press box. So it is first down and moving toward the end zone, close to a score. But he's not in, but we have a penalty marker. That was Clay on the carry. And we'll see if we can pick up the infraction. So there goes Clay picking his way through traffic. Stopped short of the goal line.
He doesn't look like he's a whole lot of fun to tackle.
No, he isn't. Clay is 5'8", 165, but he looks bigger than that.
Illegal shift.
So a 5-yard penalty, march it back, and we'll have a rare 1st and 7.
Looks like they had two guys that were not set when the ball was snapped.
They'll spot the ball at the 14-yard line of Steamboat Springs. So 1st and 7 from the 14. The wind has died down a little bit. Erb goes to the left. Double tight ends, West and Munoz. Watson split to the right. Handoff to Clay. Clay barrels over some Steamboat players, knocking them flying like bowling pins. And it looks like a first down, Brett.
And they're starting to take over the battle in the trenches. Coach Gabriel told us before the game he demands that they win the battle in the trenches.
Let's take a look at that one.
And when you let Clay get past that first level and defensive backs are having to come up to tackle him, that's usually a battle he's going to win.
He looked like Brandon Jacobs there.
He did.
As he ran over Charles Wood. And we have a timeout taken by Holy Family with 5:42 to go in the second quarter. The score is 6-0 in favor of the Tigers as they scored on a 42-yard run in the first quarter by Connor Clay. So the Tigers will have 2 timeouts remaining. And we do have a final score to report in college football. The game started earlier at Invesco Field in Denver between Colorado and Colorado State. And Brett, the final score was?
24-3. Colorado was able to beat their in-state rival, avenging last year's loss. So a 1-0 start for Dan Hawkins' club.
And what I like to do when I work with a broadcaster for the first time, I color men, I like to ask them a question as they're drinking water. Sorry about that there, Brett.
How did I do?
Did very well.
Okay.
There's the Holy Family schedule. Next, they play Erie, and I know Erie last year, Brad, a game you did, they were #1 in the state. They came to Holy Family, and they were no longer #1 as they got manhandled, so they'll be looking to extract some revenge. But look at this, 4 of the next 5 games on the road for the Tigers. And, of course, we have that game October 29th against D'Evelyn, and I'm looking forward to seeing the Jaguars quarterback, Caleb Flack. We're going to hear a lot about him over the coming weeks. As there's Thumper, also known as Max the Tiger. Got to be pretty hot in a Tiger suit today.
Ugh.
Here's the handoff to Clay. He gets hit, breaks a tackle, and now he's steamrolled. Does not get in. May have gotten a yard. Actually, he loses a yard or two.
And the key word there is disruption. The defensive lineman getting in, disrupting Clay's his intentions, I guess you could say, making him change his mind at the spot, and it allows the defenders to come in for the gang tackle there.
So it'll be 2nd down and goal.
You're saying it's hot in a tiger suit. It's hot in a suit, like what we're wearing right now.
You know, it's funny when you walk around, everybody's in shorts and T-shirts, and they look at the two dorks in suits. What are you guys doing in suits?
Speak for yourself.
Clay, 7 carries, 61 yards. Langfield looking to the end zone, lofts one. It is complete. Touchdown to Munoz. An 8-yard touchdown pass, Langfield to Munoz, and the Tigers go up 12-0.
Yeah, drag route right there by Holy Family. They're looking right the whole way, and Munoz is able to drag against the grain to the left side of the end zone, and he is wide open.
Good patience on that pass, too, by Langfield.
Absolutely.
He waited till his receiver got in the clear, and now they're going to go for 2. They missed the extra point in the first quarter, so Mike Gabriel trying to make it up here.
An interesting move. I'm not usually a fan of chasing points, but I'm also not a football coach either. So
Langfield to his right.
Ooh.
Off the fingertips of Golter. Messing up that play, however, on the defensive side was Michael Savary, who may have gotten a piece of that pass. And we'll take another look.
There's the thing again.
This is a touchdown.
This is the touchdown right here. Yeah, Munoz was able to drag over to that left side as the other receivers were going right. In a very easy pass and catch there, Langfield to Munoz.
And that drive was set up by the good field position and the nice return by Tommy Erb.
Absolutely. Put yourself in good field position and good things will happen to you. There you go.
And there's the cannon there. I hope they're not going to shoot it off again.
That is a lot of noise and a lot of boom for a little cannon like that.
And the press box actually shakes when they blast that cannon.
And being down on the field before the game, we can also testify that the field shakes too.
It certainly does. So 12-0 in favor of Holy Family, but remember the missed extra point and the missed 2-point conversion.
If there's any college recruiters in the stadium today and they saw your reaction to that cannon before the game, they might be interested to know if you have any eligibility left, Bill.
And here's the kickoff. Wood is deep. Geis's kick is short. Wood comes up to field it at the 15. Wood had a seam, but then gets hit and hit hard. And he gets out to the 34-yard line. On the tackle for Holy Family was Kyle Spengler. And we have an injured Sailor on the ground at the 43-yard line. And it looked like he had a opening here, Brett.
Closed quickly, though. But, you know, good field position for Steamboat. Out to the 35-yard line.
Not sure who the injured Sailor is. Hopefully just the wind knocked out. Gives us a chance to mention that on the coaching staff for Steamboat Springs, their offensive coordinator is David May. The defensive coordinator is the head coach, Lon Clemenson. But they have a guy, Tim Crumry. And if you remember that name, he played for the Cincinnati Bengals. And in Super Bowl 23 against the 49ers, he had his leg snapped, literally. A very gruesome injury. He came back to play 6 more years in the NFL, all with the Bengals after that play. But one of the more gruesome injuries you will see. He's coached for the Bengals, and last few seasons he was coaching for the Kansas City Chiefs. He got let go by the Chiefs. They made some changes, and he didn't hook up with an NFL team. He makes his summer home in Steamboat Springs, and Lon Clemenson called him up over the summer and said, hey, if you don't hook up with an NFL team, how about coaching some high school football? So Tim Crumry, a guy who's played at the highest level, who's coached at the highest level, is now coaching at Steamboat Springs. That's a great story.
Looks like he could still play, too.
And this will bring up a first down for Steamboat Springs as you see the calendar of events coming up.
That was Sean Seams, the injured player for Steamboat.
Ball is at the 35-yard line. They spot it. Ramirez, quick pass, incomplete. Wood, the intended receiver, did not see it as Cox was there on the coverage. And
yeah,
it's always easier to cover a guy when he's not looking for the football.
A little miscommunication between quarterback and receiver there. And Cox was almost there to be the recipient of that. That could have had touchdown written all over it if he was able to come up with that.
No.
Second down and 10. 4:40 to go, second quarter. It's still 12-0 Holy Family. Wood in motion in the backfield. Ramirez keeps. Looked like he wanted to pitch, but wisely held on to the ball as he was dragged to the grass surface.
Yeah, ball security very important when you're running an option attack.
Patrick O'Connor with the good defensive play, and I have a feeling when Patrick O'Connor wraps you up, you don't escape. 3rd and 9 facing the Sailors, ball at the 36-yard line. Nelson comes to the near side, single coverage on the outside. They haven't gone to him yet today. Pass is complete, but for minimal yardage as John Burrow on the catch. And not sure who made the tackle. It looked like it might have been Quinn. Check that, that was Scout Cox on the tackle. So 4th down, and Holy Family will get the football back, barring a fake or a turnover.
And it looks like they'll be in position to put themselves in good field position once again as well.
Gower to punt. Erb is deep along with Golter. They kick it to Erb, has it at the 32-yard line. Gets about 10 yards before he's wrestled to the ground by Savary. And Holy Family will take over 1st and 10 at the 42 with 2 timeouts remaining. 3:32 to go in the second quarter.
And maybe we'll get to see a little bit of maybe a 4-minute drill or 2-minute drill here from the Tigers. Get a couple first downs here.
And if you would like a DVD of this game, just go to info@broomfield.org or call 303-438-6390. That's 303-438-6390. And they're just $10, a great keepsake. I imagine many, many years from now, these kids will say, what the heck is this DVD? Pop it in the machine and bring back the memories. Hopefully good ones. Pass is complete to Munoz, and that's an 8-yard gain. Very safe play and a very effective one, Brett.
Again, the hot route coming to the inside receiver here, the tight end Munoz. A very good catch, or very good throw by Langfield. Good reception by Munoz. Puts themselves in a good second down situation. A lot of options when it's second and short.
Okay, Brett, I'm going to make you the offensive coordinator for Holy Family. I know Mike Gabriel might shudder at that thought. What do you call here?
Run the ball. Get the first down. Stop the clock.
Approaching 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. And whistles fly, and we're going to probably have another penalty on Holy Family. And that is Holy Family's 6th penalty of the first half.
And those are killers. Second and short, like we said, now becomes second and long. They still have one more play to get the 3rd down, but not as many options here.
6 penalties for 40 yards.
Staying hydrated. Haven't seen it. They were showing a clip on the TV. People drinking water. Very good advice.
Oh, you were watching the monitor, Brett.
I was.
Maybe I should do that once in a while. I know Victor half the time yelling in my headset. I only like to watch big screen monitors. This one's a little small for my liking. Second down and call it 7. Langfield tucks it down. Langfield gets belted by Wood and goes backwards. He does pick up about 5, maybe 6 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and about 2, maybe 3. But that was a collision.
Wow.
With capital C.
Yeah, Langfield showing some athleticism there. Dropping back to pass, not seeing anything, doing the wise thing instead of throwing it up for grabs. Tucks it. Looks like he's going to break off a nice little run, and out of nowhere, Wood comes up and brings the wood.
I think Langfield said, ow, at the end of that run.
He brought some heavy lumber with him on that hit.
Balthazar split to the far side. To the near side, it's Watson. Watson off his hand, incomplete. Gower on the coverage.
Get a little chippy out there.
And right now, looking for a penalty for Steamboat Springs was John Burrow as he got tangled up with one of the offensive linemen, Wesley Aragon.
And that's good officiating right here. He didn't drop the flag, but he's got both players over there, probably giving him a stern warning.
And 4th and 2. Ball at the Steamboat 49, and it looks like Holy Family is going for it. Minute 54 to go. You're up by 12. What do you think about this choice by Mike Gabriel?
Well, it's a gamble because, they turn the ball over on downs right here. You're putting Steamboat in a very good situation, field position-wise.
Langfield, outlet pass, incomplete. Broken up by Savory. And the pass was intended for Watson. So the gamble does not pay off. Steamboat Springs has it. 1st and 10 at their own 49.
It looks like he had him open there, but Savory, very nice pass. Coming out and getting his hands in there.
Check that. That was Garrett West, the intended receiver.
And we'll see if Ramirez can orchestrate a 2-minute drill here for Steamboat. They haven't been able to protect him very well today.
Minute 51 to go. Steamboat has all 3 timeouts left. Here's Burrow around the right side. Good yardage.
Ooh.
Burrow turns the corner before Cox brings him down. And a big gain for Steamboat Springs.
And that'll do it too. Pick up a first down. That'll stop the clock.
So that is a 20-yard pickup. Ball at the 31-yard line of Holy Family.
And with Holy Family's inability to convert the PAT and the 2-point conversion, if Steamboat can come down here and put some points on the board, it'll put them in a very, very good spot going into halftime. Again, Burrow getting around that right side for the first down.
Pitch to Wood. Turns it inside. Breaks a tackle. And Wood finally brought down, but close to a first down. Patrick O'Connor on the tackle. Also in there, Kyle Spengler. But this is very close, and they do have a first down. So they will stop the clock with 1:15 to go.
Great balance there by Wood, absorbing a big hit after he gains about 5 yards, bounces off, and is able to get the first down yardage.
And timeout taken by Steamboat Springs. That is their first of the half. They have 2 remaining. Bill Rogan along with Brett Davis, our first game of the season here on KCCB Channel 8 in Broomfield. And don't forget, know what's going on in your community, and it's easy. All you have to do is watch it live or rebroadcast the council meetings right here on KCCB Channel 8, the 2nd and 4th Tuesday of every month at 6 o'clock. And there's no excuse not to be informed. And it's also streamed on broomfield.org. So there you have it. You're civic-minded, aren't you, Brett?
Absolutely.
So right now, good position here for Steamboat Springs. They have 2 timeouts left, 1:15 to go, and they have the ball at the Holy Family 20-yard line.
Yeah, and this running attack on this drive right here has been very good. They've had trouble protecting Ramirez today when he's trying to pass, and they haven't had to put a pass up on this one. Just 2 plays, and they have moved the ball 30 yards on the 2 plays, putting them down in good position, trying to score as they go into halftime here, trying to get their first points of the season, Steamboat Springs.
That is correct. Their opener, they lost 36-0 to Olathe. Ramirez, outlet pass, incomplete, intended for Burrow. Covering him tightly was Nate Golter. 2nd down and 10.
And I hate to keep going back to this, but Ramirez, every time he's having to throw off of his back foot. It's so much pressure coming at him. And you're not able to, when you're doing that, when you're leaning one way and throwing another, you're just not able to get the type of zip you want on a ball.
And he's not throwing tight spirals, maybe gripping the ball too hard. He's only a sophomore. Coach Clemenson, though, likes what he's going to be when he's a senior. Right now, he's going to taste some dirt. Sacked on the play. Leading the charge was Matthew McLean. Finishing him off was Kyle Spengler, who's had a terrific first half. And another timeout taken by Steamboat Springs with 1:01 left here in the 2nd quarter.
And a strange play call there on first down. They've been 2 plays, and they've run about 30 yards down the field, and then they opt to pass it on first down, something that they haven't had a whole lot of success with today. And then they put themselves in the 2nd and 10 situation, and they get sacked. Now they're facing a 3rd and forever.
So we'll see what Lon Clemenson and his offensive coordinator, David May, come up with. Lon Clemenson played football collegiately at Colorado College. Unfortunately, last year, Colorado College, they dropped their football program, and that's always sad to see.
They had the oldest stadium in the country, right, or west of the Mississippi?
West of the Mississippi. Do you know what the name of the stadium is?
I don't. So you know what the name of the stadium is.
I do know what the name of the stadium is, but it escapes me at the moment. Something Field.
Okay, that tells a lot.
Oh, boy. Can't remember the name of Colorado College's football stadium.
Right here, if you're Steamboat Springs, you got to be looking at 2 downs to get 20 yards maybe. And they're in a position where they can run the clock down, as I guess if they don't get an incomplete pass here.
Here comes the blitz, pitch to Wood. Wood runs back into traffic, right into the grasp of Patrick O'Connor. Sam Quinn was also there. And we're going to see a crunching hit right here.
Yeah, they bring the pressure as they are snapping the ball up here.
Hurry up offense. 4th down pass is through the hands of Nelson, incomplete. And the 4th down try turns it over on downs. And Nelson would like to have that one back. He normally gobbles that up. So 36 seconds left for the Holy Family offense. They have 2 timeouts remaining. And Brett, do you go into halftime content 12-0?
I think so. You don't want to put the ball up in the air, maybe give a Steamboat defender a chance to intercept it and take it in for lack of a better word, a cheap touchdown here to the end of the half. So yeah, I think the move here would be to sit on the ball.
So first and 10.
Langfield has shown a very good arm, though. Maybe they can get up. Maybe they can get up around the 50 or 45-yard line and let them throw one into the end zone.
Doesn't look like they're going to sit on the ball. And he's going to loft it downfield. Intended for Watson, out of bounds. Gower with blanket coverage.
Yeah, and it looks like they're trying to get themselves in a situation where on the last play of the half he can throw a Hail Mary down into the end zone.
Or maybe if you get it inside the 30 or so, try a long field goal. But he's certainly an aggressive coach, Mike Gabriel, in his 3rd year as the head coach. 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at their own 29-yard line. And here's the handoff. Goes to De Herrera. He gets out to the 40-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 25 seconds left. De Herrera with the 1st down. He's now got 2 carries for 16 yards.
16-yard gain on the play. First down.
Clock is rolling. Langfield looks over the D. De Herrera again. He gets stacked up. Good play by the defensive line. On that tackle, it was Tucker Allen and Rusty Andres. So a timeout taken by Holy Family. They have 1 timeout left with 15.3 seconds left.
Yeah, and they've got time right here to maybe throw an out pattern, trying to get out of bounds. Of course, they still have the 1 timeout in their back pocket as well. But put themselves in a situation where they can let Langfield uncork one down toward the end zone. If you're Steamboat defending on that play, what do?
Knock it down.
You knock it down.
And I'm sure Steamboat Springs will have several players very deep. Mm-hmm. The worst thing that could happen if you're a defensive player is let somebody get behind you. So our first game of the season, and it's turning out to be a pretty good one. Again, last year, Steamboat Springs with a 41-21 victory over the visiting Tigers. And this year, the Sailors come to visit Holy Family. And as we've seen many times in the past, not an easy place to play. Tigers do very well on their home field. 2nd down and 7. Langfield in the shotgun. Steps up. Flags fly. Ball is incomplete. Another flag. We could have an offense and defensive foul on this play.
Yeah, it looks like we will. A holding penalty back here on an offensive lineman, but maybe either a defensive holding or a pass interference call in the secondary.
There are flags on the play.
The officials converse. And Rick Rouse will let us know what's happening. And you're right, Brett, holding on Holy Family and pass interference on Steamboat Springs. So those will offset. 8.8 seconds showing on the clock. Time for one more heave downfield.
Maybe a hook and ladder play. Shades of Boise State in the Fiesta Bowl a couple years ago.
Shades of the San Diego Chargers against the Miami Dolphins way back when. And one of the classic playoff games in NFL history. Steamboat takes a timeout. I'm guessing Lon Clemenson saying, hey, don't get beat deep or you're walking back to Steamboat Springs. Now, another game that was played last night, a team we'll see, Broomfield manhandled Monarch 42-19. Trent Ireland, not a big guy at all, but he's got speed. He took 2 kickoffs back for touchdowns. Also, Dan Gubel for the Eagles, 118 yards and 2 touchdowns, one of the premier backs in high school football in this area. So we'll see Broomfield twice this year. And look at the screen, you see Family Fun and Fitness, Broomfield Recreation, other program that's very popular on the beat. Off the page, Colorado Author Talk. I should get on that program. I got a book coming out, little plug there. In the works with the Public Works Department. And you can catch all the programs, the schedule on broomfield.org. I don't know if they have a Victor Seath page. Victor, a well-known underwear model in his younger days. So this could be the final play of the second quarter. Langfield launches it.
Ooh.
Looking for Munoz, incomplete. Busted up nicely by Steamboat Springs. Good defensive play for Steamboat by Maury Morante.
Yeah, throwing it into traffic there, trying to get themselves, once again, just in a better spot to throw it into the end zone on the last play. This should be the last play of the half.
3.7 seconds left. And Langfield displaying a very good arm.
Yeah, and very good protection right there. A lot of time for him to set up, as we've been saying, set your feet, square your shoulders, and step into it.
And Langfield lifts it high, incomplete, as that was intended for Golter. And that'll do it. Good first half of play. The edge goes to Holy Family as they lead it 12-0. And Brett, what struck you most in this first half?
Again, Holy Family struggled in the beginning in the trenches. Coach Gabriel had said that that's what they wanted to control, and they were able to get some good field position, getting some good situations, and they absolutely have been doing that. They've got to be able to convert their point after touchdowns, but other than that, a good first half for Holy Family.
So both teams heading to the locker room. They will hear from their coaches, enjoy the air conditioning, drink some fluids. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the halftime stats and the start of the third quarter of play. Again, our score at the break, Holy Family 12, Steamboat Springs. And it's a bright, sunny day in Colorado. Sun shining a little brighter in the first half on Holy Family as they lead it 12-0. Bill Rogan along with Brett Davis, but Brett, a long way to go.
Absolutely. It's only a 12-0 lead for Holy Family. Steamboat was able to show some things offensively, even though they haven't scored yet, able to put some drives together. It'd be interesting to see if they can make some adjustments to get out and maybe get on the board as well.
And let's take a look at the first half statistics. Pretty even as far as yards rushing. 90 for Holy Family, 73 for Steamboat. 52-28 advantage passing yardage for Holy Family. Total yards, 142 for the Tigers, 101 for the Sailors. A lot of penalties, though, for Holy Family in that first half.
And another thing you don't see on there as well is that Holy Family's won the battle of field possession as well. That's sort of been the difference in this game up to this point.
Neither team with a turnover, and both teams with 6 first downs. And you're exactly right, Brett. Field position was huge for Holy Family. But if I were Holy Family, I'd be a little concerned because those 2 missed extra points could come back to haunt them. They missed the kick and then the 2-point conversion on their second touchdown. And the scoring in that first half, a 42-yard scamper for a touchdown by Clay.
Connor Clay.
He had a terrific first half, Connor Clay. And the extra point was no good, but that made it 6-0 Holy Family at the 4:01 mark of the first quarter. And then Holy Family, an 8-yard touchdown pass, Langfield to Munoz, at the 4:54 mark to make it 12-0. The 2-point conversion was not good. But we mentioned Clay and his rushing. And Connor Clay in that first half, 7 carries for 61 yards. Also doing a pretty good job was Jared D. Herrera, the sophomore, 3 carries, but 25 yards.
Yeah, and Clay, as we've pointed out, just a battering ram, especially when he's able to get into that second level with the linebackers and especially with the defensive backs. He is a tough guy to bring down.
And Langfield was just 4 of 15 through the air, 34 yards and that touchdown. He was sacked twice. And for Steamboat Springs, the sophomore quarterback, Christian Ramirez, was 4 for 8, 28 yards, but he was sacked 3 times. And if Steamboat wants to make a good run at this, Brett, they're going to have to figure out a way to protect their sophomore quarterback better.
They're going to have to. He's feeling the pressure. I mean, that kind of gets in your head. When you're constantly being hit and you're constantly under that pressure, it does get in your head, and it affects the way that their entire passing game works. Doesn't give the receivers as much time to get open, and it really doesn't give him the time to put the proper mechanics into his passes.
And rushing for Steamboat Springs, Charles Wood, best athlete on the Sailors, according to head coach Lon Clemenson, 8 carries for 44 yards. A couple of times he was close to breaking it. So if you're Holy Family, keep an eye on number 25 in white.
He is, and they'll continue to fake the handoff to the fullback and set up those outside plays.
And Brett, I know you're pretty excited about next week's game. It'll be a Saturday night game at Broomfield High School, Legacy in Broomfield. Legacy a 5A team, Broomfield 4A, but that's going to be a good one. Then Fairview and Legacy. Fairview coached by Tom McCartney, who is the son of a legendary coach Bill McCartney at Colorado. We saw Fairview last year in Legacy. That was one of the coldest games we've ever been at. They had 60-mile-an-hour winds. So some great games coming up on KCCB 8. Or wait, did I say that right? KCCB Channel 8. There you go.
Speaking of Bill McCartney, 20 years ago, the 20th anniversary of their national championship season at CU.
That's right. Geis will kick off for the Tigers, and Wood is deep for Steamboat. Second half is underway. Nice high kick.
Wow.
It'll bounce into the end zone.
Ooh.
Or no, maybe it goes out of bounds.
It did.
It will be a touchback. And that is a break for Holy Family. For a second there, I thought it might have gone out at the half-yard line. And, of course, that would have brought the ball out to the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Sailors at the 20-yard line. And, again, the quarterback is Christian Ramirez. Morante is the setback.
And, again, we've pointed it out, but you'll see they're labeled as slot receivers, but they're very much running backs, sort of like a wing back in a wing offense.
In the first half, the wind was blowing left to right. Right now, the flag by the scoreboard to our right is hanging still. And we have a penalty right off the bat. And that's a legal procedure on the Sailors, pushing back 5.
Drew Dummett getting started a little early there for Steamboat at his left tackle position.
There's a good shot of the sideline of Holy Family. That body of water, Brett said it was a pond, so we'll go with a pond. Here's the handoff to the tailback, and fumbling the ball. It goes out of bounds. A break as Dylan Preston, his first carry of the day, and he coughed it up, but it rolled out of bounds. That could have been a disaster for Steamboat Springs.
Absolutely. We talked about that. That would have just been another position where Holy Family is getting excellent field position.
Let's take another look at that one, Brett Davis.
Yeah, just a handoff. He kicks it outside, sees some open area out there. That ball security, very important.
Nate Golter dislodged it, but Preston, fundamentally sound there, had the ball on the outside arm, and that's why the fumble went out of bounds. Here's Wood. We'll try the far side. Wood barrels into a few tacklers, gets a minimal gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards. Cox was in on the tackle. Also, John Wilden in on the stop for the Tigers, so that brings up 3rd and long.
And again, a very unmanageable situation for Steamboat Springs. They don't have the offense. I mean, not a lot of people are real comfortable in 3rd and 15, 16 situations, but especially them with their inability to protect Ramirez back there.
Preston is the setback. Wood in a slot right. 2 wide. Ramirez over the middle, intercepted by Quinn. And Quinn will go in for the score. Touchdown, Holy Family.
And we said, as I said a second ago, predictable passing situations. When you have a quarterback who's jittery back there, eventually he's going to put one that is like that one right there. Just a very easy interception. Threw it right to him, and he just had one man to beat, and that was Ramirez.
So Joe Quinn gets the first turnover of the game, and the Holy Family junior linebacker at 6'1", 205 pounds scampers into the end zone. And Holy Family up 18-0, and it looks like they're going to go for 2 again. Their first touchdown, they missed the extra point. Their second touchdown, they did not convert on the 2-point try. And they'll try it again. In the backfield is Connor Clay. 2 wide to the right, Herb split to the left. Langfield rolling to his right. He's going to keep it, and he dives in for the 2. Zach Langfield trying to get the wind back into him. He may have landed on the football as he dove into the end zone, but it's 2 points for the Tigers. They're up 20-0. And here's that interception, Brett.
Oh, the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Okay, so yeah, the ball's tipped. He's looking to hit there's the cannon again, but he's looking to hit an inside receiver on a slant pattern. Ball is tipped, and it goes right into Quinn's hands.
Langfield is still down. The guys in the truck, if we can see that replay one more time, I'd like to see if we can pick who got his hand up to deflect it. And at the end of the play, watch the kid in the end zone celebrating. There's the Tiger, Max the Tiger, dancing. But again, somebody tipped that ball. And that's what a defensive lineman's taught to do if you can't get to the QB. There it is.
Yeah.
I can't see his number.
It was
a little bit.
Yeah, getting your hand up in the passing lane there. Looks like that was DiPietro.
Or maybe Matthew Miller. I see an 8 there, or 78.
Yeah.
Is it 78?
73, I believe.
I think it was 78, Brett.
Was it?
Matthew McLean.
Okay. Yeah, getting your hands up in the passing lane, making it that much more difficult for Ramirez to find that receiver.
So Holy Family taking advantage of the turnover. They're up 20-0. Still plenty of time left. It's 11:07 to go in the third quarter. But Steamboat Springs, to get back in this one, they're going to need to get a sustained drive right now.
Yes, they absolutely have to. They've got to get positive yardage on first and second down. They cannot be putting themselves in these third and impossible positions. They got to do what they do best. They got to run the ball. They've got to get like I said, positive plays. And what Coach Clemenson told us before the game, just getting 3 and 4 yards and just moving the ball forward.
And warming up on the sidelines, Jordan Weaver, backup quarterback. So we'll see if Langfield comes out next possession. Nelson has the kick at the 11. To the sideline, and he gets out to the 32-yard line before he's wrestled down. Looks like it was Wilden on the tackle. So it'll be 1st and 10 for these Sailors.
That Holy Family Fight song, it's very, very, very familiar to something. I think I've heard that before.
Yes, it is the Notre Dame fight song that Holy Family uses as well. I think it's the greatest fight song in all of sports.
It's not bad.
So we'll see if Ramirez and company can get something started. Here's the pitch. That's to Hornstein. Wrapping up the ball, both arms. He's got a first down. Tackled by Quinn and Cox.
Yeah, making them respect the fullback dive there. Ramirez reading the defensive end over on that side to his right and making the right call, pulling the ball out of the fullback's belly, pitching it out.
So still some life left for Steamboat Springs. Burrow in motion. And I got faked out, Brett. Who had the ball?
It was the fullback kept it.
Okay, and
Morante,
yeah, he goes down.
Tackled by number 78.
Jake
Yeah,
Matthews was on that play, also McLean.
And again, that doesn't look like much, but that's going to make that defense respect that fullback dive. When they fake that play to him and then he pulls it out and they try to get out to the edge, should create some space out there for him.
Ball is at the Holy Family 44-yard line, 2nd and 10. Again, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Wood comes in motion, gets the pitch. Wood out to the 50-yard line before he is finally tackled by Dorr. So that'll bring up a 3rd and about 4 yards to go for the Sailors.
Gain of about 7 on the play. Be 3rd down and 3 for the Sailors.
Yeah, just an outside pitch to Wood here. He comes in motion from his slot position. And just a sweep around the left side. Wood now with 10 carries for 52 yards. And a very manageable 3rd down situation here for Steamboat.
Ball just inside Holy Family territory, that is. Burrow in motion. Ramirez gives it to him. Burrow slips a tackle, has a 1st down to the 40-yard line. Nice effort by John Burrow, the senior.
Looks like he's a little shaken up.
He's limping. So back-to-back 1st downs for the Sailors.
Yeah, you see Burrow coming over in motion, takes the handoff, and just keeps his leg moving right there. He breaks a tackle. That's the key. That's what they always tell the running backs. Keep your legs moving. To all the kids out there.
So 1st and 10, ball at the Holy Family 40-yard line. Sailors in business here.
Fumble.
Ball is loose. And Holy Family has it. Good heavens. That is a backbreaker for the Sailors.
It is, and like we've been talking about it, them trying to establish that respect for that fullback dive. It's a simple read play, but it's tricky though. I mean, you're asking Ramirez to put the ball in Morante's belly. He's reading the defensive end on that right side, and he's trying to pull it back out, and they fumble the ball.
Not sure who recovered it for Holy Family. Might have been Quinn on the recovery. So 1st and 10, Holy Family at their own 40. And we've got another penalty, and it appears to be on the Tigers.
And that always gives coaches something to they're never happy about anything, you know. Coach Gabriel can look up at the scoreboard. He's up 20-0, but he will absolutely have some things to harp on his team about.
Well, a coach could win a game 50-0, and he's still going to find something that he can work on during the week. That's the way coaches are wired, and they have to be.
Like Lou Holtz, right?
So 1st and 15 for the Tigers. With the carry, getting about 5 yards is Clay. But again, another penalty marker on the field.
In that area of holding.
Could be. See if we can pick it up on the replay, Brett.
Looks like, I don't know, but maybe right here down to one of the fullbacks blocking.
So that'll push Holy Family back another 5 yards. Actually holding, so that'll be 10 yards. It will be 1st and 25 for the Tigers, and that is their 8th penalty of the day for a total of, I can't figure it out, so my stat man, Don, says 55 yards. Under 9 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Holy Family 20, Steamboat nothing. Here comes Clay with a stiff arm. Another stiff arm, but Hornstein rides him out of bounds. Little rodeo action along the near sideline.
I like the play call there. You're in a 1st and, 25 situation. Don't get anxious. You have a 20-point lead. Just run your offense. Don't put the ball up in the air and give them an opportunity to go score a touchdown and cut into that lead. Just run your offense. I mean, those 2 penalties are absolute drive killers, but just take it and try to flip the field around.
Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 22. Ball on the Holy Family 28-yard line. Zach Langfield, the QB. So he was shaken up earlier, but he's back out there, which is always nice to see. And here's Pugliese out to the 35-yard line. He is tackled on the play by Jeff Sloan.
Yeah, just a quick handoff to the fullback there, Pugliese.
3rd down and 15 for the Tigers. Nate Coulter brings in a play. Watson exits. And in a game like this, we saw the defense for Holy Family rise up. Steamboat, they need a big defensive play.
They do. They need some offense out of their defense, I think.
Langfield keeps. Launches. Complete.
Wow.
Munoz has a 1st down inside the Steamboat 35-yard line.
Langfield is showing off a very impressive throwing arm. He throws a very nice pass here, very tight spiral, right on the money to Munoz, who's wide open, and they're able to convert a 3rd and 15 it was. And again, just a backbreaker for a Steamboat defense.
32-yard pickup. And you know what was the most impressive play? Thing about this play, Brett, as we see Gower bring him down, was Langfield sprinting downfield to congratulate his receiver.
Definitely.
He flew downfield. Once again, Clay getting positive yardage inside the 30-yard line.
But yeah, he's a very nice player, Langfield is. You know, they like to get him on those designed rollouts. As you can see here, the handoff to Clay. And again, getting into that second level, making those safeties and defensive backs tackle him, that's not exactly their MO. You know, I think Steamboat would like a lot better if the defensive linemen and linebackers could wrap him up.
Clay again. Big hole up the middle. Clay spinning inside the 15. But the ball is loose.
Steamboat.
And a turnover. Steamboat Springs. That's what they needed. And I did not see the ball come out, Brett. We'll see who stripped him of it.
Yeah, they're again getting into that second level. He's touched right here, and after he's first touched, he's able to pick up another 5 or 7 yards, but they were able to get it loose.
Tanner Anderson stripping the ball from Connor Clay. So a break for Steamboat. That's the first turnover by Holy Family. 6.5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And Burrow doesn't go anywhere. Penalty marker on the play.
Another holding penalty most likely. And I hate to beat a dead horse, but once again, they're going to be in a longer than 10 yards to go situation.
If you're David May, the offensive coordinator for Steamboat Springs, what do you do to try to generate some offense?
I think that they've got to their protection of the quarterback has got to get better. He's jittery back there. Every time he drops back to pass, I mean, you know, he can feel that pressure coming. He can feel that pocket closing in on him, and they've got to get his confidence up that his line's going to block for him. I think is where I would start.
So they push him back half the distance to the goal. So it'll be 1st and 15. Ball at the 5-yard line of Steamboat Springs. So they have a lot of territory in front of them. Here comes the blitz. Ramirez keeps. He gets crunched. Nico Elliott in there. Also Marcus Pitaluga and Matthew McLean all had a team meeting on Christian Ramirez.
Good decision by Ramirez not to pitch the ball out. He had the back out there, but when you're inside your own 5-yard line, you're down 20 points. The last thing you want to do is be down by 27 points.
Holy Family has more numbers as far as players dressed. It's been a hot day. As this game moves along, conditioning playing a factor. Right now, Steamboat looks like they're tiring, and Holy Family, the much fresher team. Couple of yard gain there before the ball carrier is pushed back. And that ball carrier, I'm not sure who that was.
I believe it was Morante.
Okay, it was Maury Morante.
Well, one thing you haven't seen, both coaches talked about how they've been stressing hydration the entire week. A lot of times in hot games like this, you'll see it from guys cramping up out on the field. And we haven't seen any of that today, which is a good sign.
I haven't cramped up yet. That's a better sign. 3rd down and long for the Sailors. 3rd and about 14. Handoff up the middle, and that goes to Morante. and he doesn't get much. And the punting unit coming out for the Sailors. And again, barring something unforeseen, Tigers will get excellent field position. Tommy Erb and Nate Golter await the boot of Kevin Gower. And they're both waiting inside the Steamboat Springs 40-yard line. Now they back up a little bit.
That has been the story of the game. That's been the difference so far.
Field position has been huge. Low snap. Gower gets it away, but a line drive. And it's caught by Golter. Golter spins out of a tackle, but then he gets brought down by Hornstein and Ramirez. So Holy Family will take over 1st and 10 at the Steamboat Springs 30-yard line. 4:17 to go, third quarter. Holy Family 20 and Steamboat Springs nothing. Holy Family led 12-0 at halftime, and they've tacked on a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here in the third.
I never did get your take. Pond or lake?
I'm going to go with pond now. I used to think it was a lake. I knew it was a little too small to be an ocean, but I will go with pond. It's a very picturesque setting here at Holy Family High School. Always fun doing games here. Handoff up the middle, and driving for a first down is Jared D. Herrera. Just his 4th carry, picks up about 14 yards there. And D. Herrera has 39 yards on the afternoon.
Just churning the legs, just not stopping the legs.
He's a sophomore. You think he wants more playing time, Brett?
I think so. He is showing maximum effort. Again, breaking tackles. You see right here as they make first contact, just keeps moving his legs, keeps moving forward, gaining positive yardage.
Ran into the umpire, Ryan West, as well. Pugliese gets it down to the 10-yard line. And right now, they're just taking over Holy Family on the line of scrimmage.
They are. And Coach Gabriel told us before the game, and if you know Coach Gabriel, then you know that that's what he wants to do. He wants to control the line of scrimmage, and they are starting to exert themselves.
So it'll be 2nd down, about 5 yards to go. Ball at the 11 is where it's spotted. Watson split to the far side, Erb to the near side. Pugliese and D. Herrera behind Langfield. I formation. D. Herrera gets about 3 yards before he's wrapped up by Dylan Preston. Gotta ask you this, Brett. Do you like this press box?
Yeah, great.
It's a beautiful press box, nice place to watch a game. I believe, and Victor, our director, can probably remember better than I, the last time we did a day game here at Holy Family, many years ago, they did not have the press box built, and we were on scaffolding. And yes, it was a windy day. And many times we thought the scaffolding might not hold up. Here's D. Herrera, right side, trying to get away from Preston. Can't do it. Close to a first down.
Interesting decision here for Coach Gabriel. I like the play before, too. We didn't get a chance to talk about that, but it was a counter pitch. As you see right here, just a simple handoff to the right side. D. Herrera getting out in front.
Defense ready! Defense ready!
Looks like a 4th and short situation here. 4th and 1.
Jake Matthews comes in as Oliver Smith goes out from the offensive line. 4th and less than a yard. Keeper, Langfield, first down.
There it is again, controlling the line of scrimmage, just pushing them off the ball. They need to get 1 yard, then that's what they can do. He just follows his center right through the gap right there, following center Walter Preeb. Setting up a 1st and goal for Holy Family.
Ball is at the 3-yard line. Watson in motion. Clay maybe gets a yard before he's taken down by Sloan. 2nd down and goal to go from the 2.
If I'm not mistaken, this entire drive they've been all running plays, and when you have a 20-point lead, that just obviously just bleeds the clock, just running the clock down.
And when you're effective running it, no need to throw it. Clay, 11 carries, 88 yards. That's an 8-yard per carry clip.
It is, and that secondary knows all about that. Secondary for Steamboat Springs.
Golter in motion. Here's Pugliese. Good stop. Ball is loose, but the whistle had blown. So a good defensive stand so far for the Sailors. Led that time by Gower coming up from the corner spot.
Yeah, as you see right here, Pugliese getting the outside, getting a couple yards, trying to stretch out. Yeah, the ball didn't come loose. He was stretching out at the end of the play and let it go out of his hand.
So 3rd down and goal to go from the 1. Keeper, close, touchdown. Tigers 26, Sailors nothing on the 1-yard plunge by Zach Langfield.
And yeah, and they just go with the play that they did on the 4th and 1, just Langfield following his center right up the middle.
And they'll probably fire that cannon after this conversion.
We're trying to get ready for it.
Cannon scares me. Gavin Geis will kick. The kick is on the way, and it is good. Here comes the cannon.
Run.
It's a dud. Whoa.
Wow.
So Holy Family 27, Steamboat Springs nothing. And let's take a look at that 1-yard plunge by the quarterback, Zach Langfield.
Again, just another example, just controlling the line of scrimmage, following Preeb and Miller and Aragon.
And there's the score. And Steamboat Springs right now.
Looks like we got a player down over here.
We have an injured Steamboat player. And that looks like Kevin Gower. Gower is getting up slowly. But Steamboat Springs right now is probably unrealistic to expect to win. However, when they were shut out last week, and so far this week, they really would like to get something on the board. And speaking on the board, we'll be here next week. Legacy and Broomfield from Broomfield High School. Also Thompson Valley and Broomfield. Thompson Valley has a very interesting player in Dorian Brown, one of the best running backs in the state. And I'm looking forward to that D'Evelyn Holy Family game. Now, I've heard it pronounced D'Evelyn. I've heard it pronounced Devlin. I'm not sure the proper pronunciation, but I do know they're the Jaguars, and they have one of the premier quarterbacks in the state in Caleb Flack.
You're familiar with their baseball stadium too, right?
Yes, I play old guys baseball throughout the summer, and many times we're at D'Evelyn High School, or Devlin. Don Apodaca, Thomas Jefferson guy, he should know all the high schools here, but not helping me out in this situation. So 53 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Geis, a line drive kick, fielded at the 19-yard line by Michael Savory. Weaves his way out to the 35-yard line before he is tackled by Wilden. And here come the Sailors back on offense. Sailors in this second half, first down-wise, I believe they have 5 first downs in the second half. Actually, they have 3 first downs in the second half. And we've got a block in the back on Steamboat Springs. So nothing going right at this point for the Sailors.
It's not. Down 27 points late in the 3rd quarter here. They need to get some things going for the future of their season, to build some confidence, to get some momentum going.
Well, they have next week off. And the next game for Steamboat Springs is a home game on the 17th of September against Montrose High School. So that might be a chance for them to regroup next week and get things back in gear. They lost a lot of kids off of last year's 13-1 team. Pass is complete to Savory. Gain of about 6. Door on the coverage. And that'll bring up a 2nd down, make it 3. So a 7-yard pickup.
And that's an example right there. Ramirez was able to get his feet set, square his shoulders, and make a nice pass out to the receiver out there, out to Savory on the outside. Nice spiral.
Here's the keeper by Ramirez. He pitches, and with room, it's Wood. It's a foot race. He cuts it back inside. Wood inside the 20. Touchdown, Sailors. And there are no flags. A 68-yard touchdown for Steamboat Springs. And that time, Ramirez worked the option to perfection.
That was a beautiful play. Ramirez channeling his inner Darian Hagan, making that very late pitch right there. But he had all those defenders around him already and nobody on the outside to cover Wood.
Nice Colorado Buffalo drop in there, Darian Hagan.
Yes.
This coming from an Oklahoma State guy.
Yeah.
You may have seen in the pregame Brett wearing his orange and black tie for his Oklahoma State Cowboys. But it's a neutral color here. You're not favoring one team or the other. That's
Absolutely.
very good. So here's the extra point try by Kevin Gower. Ramirez will hold. John Burrow will snap. Kick is up, and it is no good. And actually attempting that extra point, it was Landon Mertz. I was told the extra point guy would be Kevin Gower, but we saw him shaken up a little bit ago. So Landon Mertz came on and just missed wide left. So we'll see this replay, and then we'll break.
Yeah, you see right here, just breaking a couple tackles and cutting it back. They didn't know where he went. As you see 21 here, looks like he's looking for him on the outside, but Wood had already cut back into the middle of the field. And from there was nothing but green grass in front of him.
So at the end of 3 quarters of play, it's Holy Family 27, Steamboat Springs 6. We'll be back with the 4th quarter after this. The final play of the 3rd quarter resulting in that touchdown for Steamboat Springs. So we start the 4th quarter with a kickoff. 12 minutes on the clock. Steamboat Springs will kick off to Holy Family. Herb and D. Herrera deep for the Tigers. And Kevin Gower will boot it away. Holy Family, I'm sure, thinking there could be a possible onside kick. You never know. Have to be alert.
It's always good to be ready, right?
Indeed. It's a high kick, but short. Pugliese has it at the 21-yard line. Out to the 30. Breaking some tackles. A flag flies as Pugliese gets it out to the 37-yard line. And so another penalty.
Yeah, and coming into this next drive, this is where Coach Gabriel takes guys like Jake Matthews, Wesley Aragon, Walter Preeb, Matthew Miller, and James Berry, and tells them, fellas, it's time to eat.
Time to earn your keep as an offensive lineman.
Absolutely.
But in this game, there have been a total of 13 penalties. And it's not to be unexpected first game of the year, Brett.
No, absolutely not. Steamboat, as we said, has had the advantage of playing last week. This is the first game for Holy Family, so working out some of those kinks.
Langfield still in at quarterback, gives it to Clay, and Clay meets a brick wall and doesn't get much, if anything, as that brick wall's name is Tanner Anderson.
You see right here, Anderson coming up and closing that gap. Nowhere to go. Clay hasn't had a lot of those today. He's usually the one falling forward.
And the good running backs do that. They seem to always get that extra yard or two with that forward lean. But not that time for Connor Clay, who opened the scoring with a 42-yard touchdown in the first quarter. And that kind of set the tone for this game. 2nd and 8. They gave him more than I thought he had. Pass complete to Herb. Herb in the open field. Out to the 45-yard line. First down. A 20-yard gain, and now a penalty flies, and it looks like it might be on Holy Family as one of the Holy Family players squawking with the official.
Yeah, looks like they're going to get marched back 15 yards. The first down will still stand. They'll just lose some field position. But as you see right here, Langfield, another perfect strike on the quick slant out to Herb. He's showing, like I said, showing off a very impressive throwing arm today.
I'm not sure what the penalty was for. It might have been a
It'll be an
taunting.
unsportsmanlike or a personal foul. Yeah. And it came after the play was already over, so they'll have the first down, but they'll lose 15 yards of field position.
And the whistles are blowing. The officials are going to get together here. I believe, Brett, they should spot the chains at the 45-yard line and have Holy Family start 1st and 25 from the 30. I think that's what they're going to mull over.
It was a dead ball foul, though. It came after the whistle had already blown on the previous play.
So here comes referee Rick Rouse. Okay, 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. 10 penalties for 80 yards for Holy Family. And I know, Brett, at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, you'll be watching this game to critique your performance. Wednesday, you can also watch this at 2, a matinee. Thursday at 8 o'clock, Saturday at 6. And what's nice about that playback schedule, it probably will fit into just about anybody's schedule at some point. Carry by Clay out to the 38-yard line.
He is just shedding tacklers right now.
So if people work during the day, they can catch either the Saturday night game or the Thursday night game. People work a graveyard shift, or maybe if they don't have a job, can watch the game at 10 in the morning on Tuesday. Certainly would beat most of the programming on TV at 10 in the morning. I know, Brett, you're a big Jerry Springer fan, but I think watching high school football would be more productive. Here's Clay, first down. Clay barreling up the middle into Steamboat territory before he is tripped up by Wood. And it's a first down for the Tigers. Under 10 minutes to go. And right now it looks like the strategy for Holy Family, Brett, grind it out.
Yeah, just bleed the clock. That was a great run there by Clay. Seeing the open hole, cutting back and running right through it. Again, getting into that second level where safeties and defensive backs are having to tackle him. Clay now with 14 carries for 111 yards.
1st and 10 Tigers. 49-yard line of Steamboat. Langfield keeps. Langfield with some speed. First down, still on his feet. Inside the 20-yard line.
And they're going to tack on. They're going to get to go half the distance to the goal as well, as some Steamboat players hit him late.
Langfield looking like Randall Cunningham or Fran Tarkenton.
Yeah, and it looks like another wise play. It looks like Munoz was his first option. He was covered. So Langfield making the decision to tuck the ball, showing some nice speed. He's a very nice player. He's got that dual threat aspect to him.
And one thing I like about Langfield, he's a senior, and throughout this entire game, he has not made one single mistake. And in the first game of the season, you can almost expect that.
Yeah.
But he has not made any boneheaded plays at all. And he's had this offense rolling, in control. He's been very impressive, Langfield. 1st and 10, ball at the 14-yard line of Steamboat. Pugliese. Pugliese down inside the 5, close to a first down. Barreling over various Sailors. So we approach 9 minutes to go. Holy Family 27, Steamboat Springs 6. And things are looking bleak for the Sailors.
Yeah, as you see right here, him taking the handoff, meeting a would-be tackler head-on and running right over. And getting another 3 yards in the process. Like you had said, the good ones do that.
Tucker Allen credited with the tackle. 2nd down in inches. Ball just inside the 5-yard line stripe. West tight end split now to the left in a slot. Pugliese is the tailback. Might have a quarterback sneak here. No, Pugliese. Left side, he gets taken down by Wood and Tucker Allen. But it is a first down for the Tigers.
A good presence of mind there by Langfield. I think he was just running. There is no play clock, but the official keeps a count, and he's just getting as much time off the clock as he can.
And there you go. There's the replay. Great job, as always, by our camera crew. Sometimes the first game we do each season, you might have a snafu here or there. Not the case today. If I were the camera guys, I'd be angling for a raise. Just me, though. Not my call. But nice to see the fellas again after a long off season. Langfield rolling to the right.
There he is.
To the end zone. Munoz incomplete. The pass was jarred loose. And it looked like Hornstein was the guy who laid out Munoz.
Again, another designed rollout for Langfield, rolling him out to his right. Him being a right-handed quarterback, Munoz was there. He kind of hung him out to dry a little bit and left him exposed, and he's able to hit him, jar the ball loose.
But Hornstein with a big hit. One thing I've noticed too is Langfield throws very well on the run.
He does.
Some quarterbacks sacrifice accuracy when they're throwing on the run. Not the case with Zach Langfield.
And it's a nice option to give him, too, when you have those designed rollouts like that. If receiver's not there, he's shown that he has very good athleticism. He could tuck the ball and run it himself.
And there's the Holy Family players taking a knee. And there's our mascot friend. We were talking to the mascot, Jeannie Cayley, before the game. She's a freshman here, and I asked her, how did you get the job as the mascot? She said, I asked for it.
That'll do it.
And there's the Holy Family fans. Always good support here at Holy Family. And looks like Munoz will be okay. He's sitting up right now. And a reminder, City Council meetings are broadcast right here on KCCB Channel 8. Always a lot going on in Broomfield, so you want to stay informed. The second and fourth Tuesday at 6 p.m. It's also rebroadcast on Thursday and Saturday at 10 a.m. One website you should always have on your favorites, broomfield.org. Know what's going on in your community, whether it's sports, whether it's politics, and some of the other shows they have here on Channel 8.
It's good to see Munoz walking off there.
Absolutely. He's not feeling too well, but he'll be okay. Here's the give to D. Herrera. D. Herrera down to the goal line. Is he in?
Yes.
Touchdown, Holy Family. D. Herrera gets on the score sheet, and it's Holy Family 33, Steamboat Springs 6.
Just a methodical drive right down the field, putting the game out of reach now, eating away at the clock. I mean, everything you want there. Just a great drive by Mike Gabriel's Holy Family Tigers.
And the Holy Family players weren't sure, but Brett and I saw the official on the far side of the field who had a good look at it, raise his hands, signaling touchdown. So Gavin Geis will try to tack on the extra point. He's 1 for 2 in that department today. Cox will hold. Kick is up, and it is good.
Uh-oh.
Here comes the cannon. Watch out. Look out. Everyone's worried. Boom.
There it is. Works every time. Works every time.
People are getting adjusted to it, though. They're getting used to it.
So we take a look at the replay here. Just straight ahead. He stretches, and he stretches the ball out here at the end, making sure he gets into the end zone.
Yeah, I like this kid. He's only a sophomore, but he is a tough runner. And I mentioned, Brett, earlier that these games will rebroadcast on Tuesday, Thursday. I forget the exact broadcast schedule, but you can simply stream it on broomfield.org. That's another option for you as well. So there's plenty of opportunities to see this game and all the other games we have coming up this year. Geis will kick it away. Pretty good kick. Wood fields it with his face mask, takes it out to the 25, 30, 35, to the 39-yard line before he is corralled. Good tackle by the kicker, Gavin Geis. So 1st and 10 for Steamboat Springs. 34-6, Holy Family on top. But Brett, a little momentum for the offense for Steamboat Springs. We'll see if they can keep it going.
Definitely. And that's what they're looking to do right here. As we look at the replay here on the return.
He's very lucky, Wood, that he didn't fumble it since he trapped it against his mask. Flags fly.
That'll be a false start on the Sailors. But yeah, like we were saying, Steamboat needs to use this right now. They need to build some confidence in this offense. You know, go up there, and I was going to say don't get penalties as they're getting penalized. But go up there and run your offense, execute, and try to build some momentum going into next week.
Throwing deep, looking for Wood, overthrown. Wood had a step on Cox, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 15. One thing I would do, and correct me if you think I'm off base here, but I would try to get the ball to Wood more in space.
Yeah. He showed what he can do in space on that last play. Looks like we got a roughing the quarterback, so that'll help him get a first down.
So that will be an automatic first down. Roughing the passer, tack on 15, and the 11th penalty for Holy Family. And Don Apodaca, stat man extraordinaire. How many yards total in penalties? 105 yards in penalties for Holy Family. That is unacceptable if you're head coach Mike D. Gabriel. His dad is Mike G. Gabriel.
The namesake of the stadium we're sitting in right now.
A couple of years ago when they named the stadium Mike G. Gabriel Stadium, I said to the coach, hey, coach, that's pretty good honor. And he said, yeah, it is. But what I like about it, it's not Mike G. Gabriel Memorial Stadium.
It's absolutely.
It's pretty cool, though, when they name a stadium after you.
Maybe Mike D. Gabriel can angle to get that pond named after him.
Well, the Gabriel family, they've gone to Holy Family going back decades and decades. Here's Hornstein on the end around. He gets a nice gain to about the 42 of Holy Family. And bring up a 2nd down and 2. But Holy Family has been with the Gabriel family for so long. And those guys love this school, and what an honor to have the stadium named after you. And then to be an assistant coach when your son is the head coach.
Absolutely. Yeah, as you see right here, the sweep running out around the outside, around the right side. Hornstein able to pick up 8 yards.
So Holy Family is an aptly named high school.
Definitely.
Here's the pitch. And going down, losing yardage, was John Burrow. As Morgan Dorr was there. Also in on the tackle was Thomas Williams.
As you can see right here, they're not really falling for that fullback dive. Running to the football, and he had nowhere to go.
And Wilden laid a lick on Ramirez just as he was releasing the ball. 3rd down and 6 for the Sailors as we are under 7 minutes to go in the game. Wood in motion, gets the pitch, cuts it back, and maybe gets a yard. But not fooled on the play was Kyle Spengler. And the senior Spengler, even though he's only 5'9", 180 pounds playing defensive end, he has been awfully active today.
He has. And in a lot of things, and when you're playing on the defensive line, disruption, you know, making it tough for those running backs to go where they want to go, making them go around you. It allows for your teammates to come up and gang tackles we've been talking about. It allows them to run to the ball.
They've been playing very good position football because a lot of misdirection by Steamboat Springs, and Holy Family hasn't been suckered in. 4th down. Steamboat going for it. They have nothing to lose at this point.
Will, let's go.
Ramirez fires it downfield. Incomplete. As some kid was getting near our field mic yelling into it. I see the perpetrator.
Yes.
A girl with blonde hair, probably about 10 years old, getting some airtime.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do, right?
And I will see to it that she gets evicted from the stadium and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. 5:50 to go, 4th quarter. Holy Family has it back on downs. 34-6, an impressive debut for the Tigers. And a new quarterback in there. It's Jordan Weaver, senior, 6 feet tall, 175. And he gives the ball to Pugliese, who gets about 5 yards before he's wrapped up and taken down by Ramirez.
It's not every day you see a quarterback wearing number 42, right?
You know who he reminds me of? Even though it was before my time. Charlie Connerly of the New York Football Giants back in the 50s wore number 42. That is the only quarterback I can think of who wore number 42. Otto Graham wore 60. That might be the highest number I've ever heard of for a quarterback. But number 42, Jordan Weaver, faces a 2nd down and 5. Pugliese on the give. Close to a 1st down. He may have it.
A couple of those guys we had talked about, I know we've talked about off the air, Heath Schuler, Doug Flutie at the college level were numbers in the 20s. But, yeah, the 42 is definitely unique. As you see the handoff right here, just on left tackle.
He almost broke that.
He did.
Somebody got a hand on his ankle and brought him down.
As the Tigers right now just trying to put this one on ice.
Gintis Jurasis is in the game for Holy Family, number 12. Watson in motion. 1st and 10 Tigers. Pugliese chewing up yardage. And he pushes the pile close to a 1st down. A massive humanity at the 35-yard line. And they're going to mark it just shy of the 1st down. Call it 2nd down and less than a yard. And Pugliese now 10 carries, 50 yards. I'll do some math in the air. That's a 5-yard per carry average, Brett.
Look at you. That head up there, that's not just to hold a headset.
Yes, not just for decoration purposes only.
Nope.
Weaver behind center. Pugliese again breaks a tackle, another one. And Pugliese rumbles to the 21-yard line before he's tackled by Savory. And it's another 1st down for Holy Cross. Or check that, Holy Family. And Holy Cross is purple too.
We're not in Worcester. Here's the replay is, yeah, it's just Pugliese gets it right here. He gets into the 2nd level again, breaking a tackle at the line of scrimmage. And he's running around with defensive backs, a place that big, strong running backs like to be.
19 1st downs for Holy Family. And in this 2nd half, they've out 1st downed Steamboat Springs 13-2. Or check that, to 4. So a timeout on the field. Who took that timeout, Brett?
I did not see it.
Well, aren't you the color man? Well, somebody took a timeout. 34-6, Holy Family leads. And there's a shot of the crowd here at Mike G. Gabriel Stadium. And I would believe it was a Friday night that have even more, because many times when we're here, people are on the grass berms on both sides of the stadium. And while we have a moment, I'd like to thank all the people here at Holy Family for their hospitality as always.
Very delicious hamburger at halftime.
They feed us before the game, at halftime, ask us what we need. They do a great job here, and we certainly appreciate it. 1st and 10 Tigers. And the give to the up man, that is John Wilden. So Wilden, who's played on defense, gets a chance on the offensive side of the ball. And Mike Gabriel now sending some of the backups in. And sometimes you look at these games, blowout games, 34-6, but you get some valuable playing time for some of your backups.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Getting in there, helping out your depth down the road. You never know when you're going to get hit with an injury, and you like to have that experience.
So again, Weaver, number 42 at quarterback. Coming in motion, it's Chuck Howelldell. Pugliese goes nowhere. Savory on the stop along with Andres. And it'll bring up a 3rd and long. 3rd and about 10 for the Tigers as we approach the 2-minute mark to go.
3rd down and 10 to go.
Stay with us following the conclusion of the game. We'll talk to head coach Mike Gabriel. We'll also have a player of the game. And Brett, who are you leaning for, Langfield or Clay?
You cannot go wrong with either one of those guys. I think I'll go with Clay.
Okay. Over 100 yards rushing. Got that touchdown to start things for Holy Family. Here's the give to Wilden.
Don't forget.
He gets a yard.
Don't forget he completed a pass earlier in the game, too.
That is right, on the fake punt. And it's 4th down, and looks like they're going to send out the field goal unit, perhaps. They will try a field goal, and this is a good chance for Geis to try one. Not an easy field to kick on. The grass is thick and high, even though they do use a tee. They'll spot it at the 26-yard line. It'll be a 36-yard attempt for Gavin Geis. He's a senior. Kick is up. It's got the distance, and it is good. A 36-yard field goal for Gavin Geis. He drilled it. And with 1:13 to go in the 4th quarter, it is Holy Family 37, Steamboat Springs 6.
Good snap, good hold. Was able to put his leg into it, and that would have been good from 45 or 50 yards.
I heard our director, Victor Seif, in the truck through my headset. And right now, I think Paul is doing some CPR on Victor. Good heavens, that cannon certainly puts a jolt through you. And you can hear the fight song, the victory march for Holy Family in the background.
Sure, take the time to get there. It is Sept. Yeah. That's it. Oh, lost the guy.
And the athletic director for Holy Family, Ben Peterson, wandering through the press box and shaking our hands. We had nothing to do with the victory. We're just here to broadcast. But again, that's an example of the hospitality we get at Holy Family High School. And with the return, it's Morante. And he gets down, or out to the 26-yard line. That was a pretty good kickoff, maybe the best kickoff of the day by Geis. It was high and deep. And Steamboat will take over 1st and 10. And they'll spot it at the 26-yard line. 1:04 to go in the game. 37-6.
And again, you say, how do you find something to get on your team about in a 37-6 win? Mike Gabriel will have plenty. We talked about it, the penalties. And coaches always find things to be upset about, as we talked earlier as well.
And this game was 12-0 at halftime.
It was.
Steamboat played very well the first half. A play or two here or there, and it could have been a different story in the first half. But the second half, total domination by the Tigers. As picking his way for a 1st down is John Burrow. Certainly no quit in Steamboat Springs. I don't think Lon Clementson, their coach, would allow that. But it's going to be a long bus ride back to Steamboat Springs. About 3.5 hours on a school bus.
So we take a look at the replay running around the left side. As Burrow cuts it back. Very nice vision right there by Burrow. Getting back into the middle of the field. Tough running.
Gintis Jurasis with the tackle.
And Mike Gabriel's calling a timeout right now, it looks like.
How many guys they have on the field? I think they were a man short. So again, that's one of the things they can fix.
Absolutely. And again, week 1 to week 2 is where these teams are going to see their most improvement. A lot of these guys maybe haven't had a lot of reps at the varsity level. They'll come out and they can play a live game. They know what it's like. They know when they're supposed to go in, if they're on the punt team, on the punt return team, things that they're not constantly practicing.
Let me ask you this, Brent. The rest of our schedule, night games. Today, a beautiful afternoon game. Do you have a preference, day football or night football?
At the high school level, I think I like the night football. You know, the Friday Night Lights, as the book called, the book, the movie, the television show. But football anywhere is great, though. What a great sport. We get to sit here and watch a game and talk about it.
And certainly a great setting. Again, next week, Legacy at Broomfield, a Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Urge you to attend that game, and if you can't make it, you can certainly watch the replay here on Channel 8. Here's a handoff, and about a yard gain. And that on the carry was Savory. Under 40 seconds to go. Clock is stopped. Did we have a penalty? Yes, we did. Personal foul on Holy Family. So again, Mike Gabriel probably...
They're just giving him ammunition.
giving him a lot of ammo. There will be some guys running some extra laps in practice this week.
I think so.
Again, we'll talk to the coach following the game.
Maybe getting to know these stadium stairs a little better.
Although it's not a big stadium, so that might not be too bad. You'd hate to play in the LA Coliseum and have to run steps. Here comes Hornstein. Good carry down to the 34. He's been very impressive for Steamboat Springs.
He has.
And that could be the last game of, or last play of the game. 20 seconds to go and counting. Cheerleaders counting it down. Fans are fired up here at Holy Family. And we might get one play off. 9 seconds to go in the game.
Throw it to the end zone right here. Let's see what they can do.
They have their back to the scoreboard. Can they get the play off? They do. This is the final play.
Here we go.
Ramirez running for his life. Incomplete pass, and that'll do it.
There's going to be a penalty at the end of the game, too, roughing the passer, so the game might not be over just yet.
We might have another play. Game can't end on a defensive penalty. So again, another penalty by Holy Family, and that's pretty uncharacteristic of this program. And we've seen them over the past decade just dominate.
Looks like they're going to pick the flag up, so.
And they will pick it up. But again, too many penalties as far as Holy Family is concerned, but they'll take the win. Our final score, Holy Family 37, Steamboat Springs 6. So the teams will shake hands at midfield. And Brett, if you're a Holy Family fan, you have to be pretty encouraged by the lid lifter today.
Absolutely. As Coach Gabriel told us before the game, they wanted to dominate the trenches, and they did. The quarterback, Langfield, yes, had a very good game. He's a guy that I think will have a very good season, showed a very good passing arm, and defensively they play very well as well.
And what'd you think of the cannon?
Cannon I could do without.
Again, our final score, 37-6. Holy Family, they run their record to 1-0. Next up for the Tigers, next week at Erie. Steamboat Springs, they drop to 0-2 on the season, and they'll have a week off before playing Montrose. And when Brett and I return, we will have our post-game wrap-up after this.
The opening game for Holy Family, a success as the Tigers defeat Steamboat Springs 36. I'm Bill Rogan, and right now joined by the head coach of Holy Family, Mike Gabriel. And Coach, 12-0 ball game at halftime. Steamboat Springs was playing well. Your team was also playing pretty good. What'd you say at halftime? Because you guys dominated that second half.
Well, we knew based on their personnel they were going to get tired. And we felt like our kids could do a little more offensively, get off the ball. And we needed to run it a little more. So we came out at second half and just decided to pound the ball at them a little bit.
Brett and I were a little miffed at all the penalties by Holy Family. Even though it is the first game of the season, that has to be something you're concerned about.
You know, the holding is going to happen, the late hits, they're hustling. So it's things that we need to work on, but it's things that we know are going to happen in the game, and we'll take care of it next week, I'm sure.
Now, our player of the game, Connor Clay, ran for 120 yards. Tell us what he means to your team and his performance today.
Well, Connor got some experience last year as a sophomore, so coming in this year we expected good things from him, and he's a valuable piece of this team on the offensive side. So we're looking forward to the rest of the year with Connor, and we got a couple other kids that run well at tail as well. So
your next game is against Erie. What are some of the things you're going to work on in practice this week?
Well, in order to beat Erie, we've got to get after it, running the ball a little better. We've got to be more disciplined, fewer penalties, and no turnovers. So those are things we'll work on this week.
Now, Coach, you won 37-6. It is okay to smile.
It is okay to smile.
All right. Yeah, I know you're your dad's son. So, all right, thanks, Coach. Good luck next week. And right now we bring in Connor Clay, who has somebody on his head. Who's that?
This is my brother Kyle.
Okay.
I'm the biggest fan.
He is bigger than you now. He's like 6'4" now. Anyway, Connor Clay, our player of the game. And Connor, it's always important to score first. You guys were able to do so on your 42-yard touchdown run. Take us through that play.
Well, it was just right through the 8-hole and running behind guys, and then I saw an opening, had to take it. It was untouched, great block by the O-line.
Now, there was a fake punt involved in this game. You were in punting formation, and you threw it for a first down. And Coach Gabriel said that wasn't really a planned fake punt. It's your read. Tell us about that one.
Well, when we saw an opening out there, so we called it, and basically I run out there and see what we have, and the guy that was covering the wide receiver came up on me, so he was wide open. He turned around. Just good communication by him.
Now, Steamboat beat you guys last year. How satisfying is it to return the favor?
It's awesome. That's what we wanted.
Now, 37-6, a very impressive win. But how much better can you guys get?
A lot. We got a lot of room to improve. We're going to get better every week. Year's next. Hopefully we can increase the score there.
Now, Zach Langfield, your quarterback, had an outstanding game. What does he mean to your team?
Everything. He's our leader. Quarterback. He runs the offense. He leads the sideline. Just the leader.
And Kyle, your impressions of the game. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Something, Connor, it's the first time I've done an interview with somebody on somebody's shoulders. I'm pretty pumped up about that. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
Again, 37-6, Holy Family with the victory. I bring in Brett Davis. And Brett, other than the penalties, you couldn't script it any better if you're a Holy Family fan.
No, you couldn't. They won the game in the trenches like we said they had to. They were dominant. They were able to get to on the defensive line. They were able to get to Ramirez for Steamboat and just make his life miserable all day. And then offensively, the guy that we just saw there was running through gaping holes all day.
Yeah, Clay was outstanding, as was the entire team. As far as Steamboat Springs goes, last year they were 13-1. They lost in the state championship game. They lost a ton of guys off their team. But better days ahead, I think, for Steamboat Springs.
Yeah, and they were able to get some things going there in the fourth quarter, as we talked about on the broadcast, trying to get some momentum going for the future of their season. So there was definitely some good things for them as well to build upon.
As far as our broadcasts are concerned, next week, Legacy at Broomfield. It's a Saturday night game at Broomfield High. That place is going to be rocking. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, those schools are not very far apart. Some guys on the team probably know each other. So yeah, I think it'll be very exciting.
And Wayne Voorhees, a great coach for Legacy, and Gary Davies seems like he's been there forever at Broomfield. So we'll see you then. It's going to be a good one.
It will. Can't wait.
So for Brett Davis, Don Apodaca, our stat man, and the entire crew at KCCB, I'm Bill Rogan. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next week with more high school football.